Hello, Lincoln community. Last time I joined you by video, I was sharing a little bit about transitions and how we help our new students come into Lincoln and how we say goodbye to our leaving students, how we say farewell to our parents and our community members who are leaving at the end of the year. But there's another aspect of transitions I want to talk about this week, which is how we transition students within. This week, we had our days for our fifth graders to move into the middle school and experience life as a sixth grader without a uniform and buying a snack. We also had a day for our eighth graders to move into the high school and spend some time with their high school students and getting to know that atmosphere. Today, I've got 4 eighth graders to share a little bit about their experience and reflect a little bit about their time at Lincoln. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Maybe can we start with introductions and share who you are, a little bit about yourself?
My name is Tanya Verswani. I've been at this school since 8 years. My parents are from India, but I was born here.
Hello, my name is Emily. I've been in Argentina for almost 5 years, and I'm from the United States.
Hello, my name is Santino. I'm from Argentina, and I've been here 9 years.
Hi, my name is Luke Manick. I arrived here in 3rd grade, so I've been here for around 6 years, and I'm from the U.S.
And we actually chose you guys because we were looking for people who had been here for a little while and had a chance to maybe move from elementary into middle school and are looking ahead from middle school into high school. So tell me about your move-up day. How was it to be in high school? You guys were there for almost a whole day, for a half day?
Yes.
Tell me about that. What was it like?
My opinion, it was pretty fun, honestly. We got to go, we went to the Aula Magna,
Okay.
and the counselor, she gave us an introduction on what's high school, all about tardies, absences, grades. And then we got to do a tour around the school. There's also this little break that also gave us the opportunity to interact with some of the high schoolers before we go. So yeah, it was fun.
Nice. And so you probably saw some people that you remember from when they were in middle school, but you also maybe met some new high schoolers while you were there as well?
Yeah.
And when you think about kind of coming back into middle school for this last couple of weeks of the year, I'm wondering what it is you think that you're going to miss the most about middle school, having had this experience.
After being here for a while, you end up making a lot of friends. You get into a friend group. And now that I'm leaving, what I think I'll miss most is the friend group in general. I'll also miss the teachers, the subjects, because it's a pretty big change. It's kind of it makes me pretty nervous. So yeah, I guess I'll kind of miss the comfort of knowing what to expect.
Yeah, there's kind of an intimacy when you know who your people are. And as long as you've been here, you probably have a sense of kind of security in those relationships. You're not alone. Emily, you're also leaving at the end of this year, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about how, do you feel like some of the things that were happening this week will be relevant to you as you transition into high school, or do you feel like it'll be really different?
In a way, I think that since it's my last weeks here, I'm trying to cherish everything a little bit more than I did before.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more comfortable for me because I used to live in the place that I'm moving back to.
Yeah.
So I will be familiar with the people that I'm going to school with.
The friends you stayed in touch with and you still, okay.
Yes, of course. And I think that Lincoln does a really good job at helping the students who are moving to, in a way, help them transition into the place that they're moving to.
Yeah.
So I think that's very...
Okay. And so for you, you've got this kind of that sense of, you're leaving a sense of security, but you're also entering into one that doesn't feel completely insecure because you know where you're going and who you'll be with.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about how we help students arrive, I'm wondering if you can remember back, if one of you can remember back to your very first day when you first came to Lincoln in elementary school, and if you want to share a little bit about that.
So basically, before the first day of schools, the first week, I remember my mom got the list to the class, and I was so excited. I was asking her, who's in my class, who's in this? And I remember asking her, my friends from kindergarten were gonna be there, because I did not want to start all over again and make friends. That's something that I've always been scared of, because I'm a very shy person until you get to know me. But since my sister has been in Lincoln since so much longer than me, I remember coming to see her gymnastics shows and her cheer. The night before, I told her to help me organize my stuff and like help me. So when I went in the classroom, I was so scared because I was not with my sister anymore. But something that I really like that Lincoln does is the first friend. I remember I had my first friend and we're still friends till this day. But now she goes to Uruguayan school, which I'm going to see her in a few days. But I really like the system of the first friend of Lincoln.
That's cool. And I had no idea that we were doing first friends all the way back when you were in first grade.
Yeah.
I had no idea we were doing them for that long. That's great. And it's great that it was literally your first friend,
Yeah,
right? And
like,
someone you
actually.
stuck with. Did you want to add, Emily, you were telling me that you had a cool story from when you
Yeah.
first came too.
So, I originally started out on online school, but obviously it wasn't the same due to
because you moved
COVID.
during the pandemic. Yeah.
Mhm. So,
That's a tough time to be new.
yeah, so the first day of school, I was really scared, and I
The
was
first day
in person.
in person.
And I was with my brothers, and we were all like experiencing the same thing, because we had just moved to a new country that like we never knew. And I was scared because I didn't speak Spanish at the time, so I was like, "Oh, do people not speak English here?" Because I didn't have background information in the school. So I remember I walk into the gate, and I see actually Tanya, and the full fourth grade class running at me. And they all like come sprinting at me like, "Emily, oh my gosh, hello." Like they were so excited to see me because they didn't have a new student because of the pandemic, so nobody was moving. And it felt so like comforting knowing that people like knew me and they wanted me there. And I feel like it really shows how such a supportive community Lincoln is on new students, and how like they want you to be at the school, you know?
That's a really cool story. I often tell people that in international schools, when new students come, they're almost like rock stars because everyone's so excited to have somebody new join the community. And that's like a true like example of being like a rock star and coming in new and being really embraced when you arrive. You guys have talked a lot about that transition piece. What's something that you think that you've learned over the past year that will really be, or over the past, I don't know, throughout your time here, you know, maybe those of you who are leaving, Luke, like, what do you think you've learned here that will help position you for success, will really help you be ready for high school?
One thing that I feel like I've learned from getting this experience of traveling to an international school is actually when I first got here. And it was like the ability to learn how to like socialize with a new group of people and making friends too, because at first it's a bit scary. Like I didn't know what to do, but after having this experience, I feel like I'm a bit more set to like socialize with new friends or a new group of people and I feel like that's a really good skill to have because it makes it easier to transition to different places. And
100%. Like this is my third year at Lincoln, and I know that learning how to be new is something that we have to navigate. And those of you who are kind of that dynamic international profile and have lived in different spaces or lived with different people, as you go through life, you're going to be really well equipped to do that. And you're going to be confident in the discomfort, right? Comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. You know, I was talking about our fifth graders are going into sixth grade and getting ready for that transition. You're having your own transition. If you were to rewind and think back to yourself as an elementary school student, what would your advice be?
So the advice I would give to like a younger me would be first that in the transition to middle school, it's very important to like keep everything somewhere where you can like monitor it. So like maybe a calendar or notes or Miss Lennon, she gave us a homework tracker, and that completely improved my experience.
Really?
Because at the beginning, I didn't have anything like that, sixth grade.
Yeah.
And I got lost with homework and I got behind on some due dates. But yeah, definitely like some way to organize everything.
Yeah. So when you move, thinking about especially when you move into having a rotation system for your classes, that you need to keep track of different teachers' expectations and deadlines. And anyone else? Did you have something you wanted to add too?
Oh yeah, so if I could have a conversation with younger me, I would tell myself to not be that nervous because everyone's going through the same thing we're all going to middle school. I'm not alone. Also, I told myself to be a little bit more organized with my stuff. And yeah, just like know that middle school, like you guys are gonna be doing this for like 3 years. So it's gonna be fun. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have given us like a lot of tips, a lot of advice, and a lot of just kind of connection with your own stories. Thank you. It's really been a super cool opportunity to talk to you and hear about your experiences. So whatever next year holds for you, we wish you
The best,
of luck. Goodbye.
Bye bye.